giving the wrong message. I was thinking about text messages. And I have regretted every fucking message I have sent using text messages because I fucking hate text messages. Because, like, it's not about talking, it's not about communicating, it's castrating communication. Text messages, when we take this idea, this vibration of life, this idea of laughter resonating from the soul, coming out and filling the world, and we castrate that to LOL. Or if it's really good, LMAO. Or sometimes you put a little smiley face, hee hee. It's complete bullshit. Like, my phone's getting back at me. Because I am just completely against text messages and cell phones as a whole. It's just changing the way we communicate. Because I remember a time, BC, before cell phones, I remember that. I'm talking about a time when I used to talk to my first girlfriend, and I used to have to take the hall phone and drag the cord and kind of sneak into the little hallway, close the door, and have these long conversations with my girlfriend. Every so often I'd say, Dawn, my sister's Dawn, I'd say, Dawn, hang up the phone. Dawn, hang up the phone now. And then I'd put down the phone and go and kick Dawn off the phone and then go back. I love you. I remember these times, and I remember when cell phones first started kind of like emerging into the world, and when the only person in the entire school who had a cell phone was that one goddamn technophile, Chris Gandenberger, who was always like, I can call my mom now. Well, guess what, Mr. Garden Motherfucking Burger? I got a cell phone now, too. I can call my mom. I can call your mom. Because I remember this time, and I remember, like, how cell phone is just appropriating language. Like, drunk texting. What the fuck is that? Drunk texting. No, it's supposed to be drunk dialing, because that's alliteration. Drunk dialing is a thing, and it used to be a real event. It used to be an event when drunk texting, you can just put it on silent and put the phone away, and in the morning you see a bunch of deleted text and you forget about it. Drunk dialing used to be an event where you're fast asleep, and suddenly the phone starts ringing like a cowbell in your ear at 2 in the morning. You reach over and you grab the phone and you go, James, it's 2 in the morning. Go to bed, goddammit. And it was a real event. It was something that was actually happening. But now you just kind of forget about it. And I guess I'm talking about all this because, like, now I think about cell phones, and they're not even hardly used for phones anymore. They're like tricorders. Like, well, tricorders, if you don't know, I'm referring to Star Trek. Because I remember a time when Star Trek was good. Not those new episodes of Discovery or shit. I'm talking about Star Trek: The Next Generation. Because I don't remember the original Star Trek. I'm not that old, because I prefer Patrick Stewart as opposed to William Shatner. You know, when you had Worf and you had Data. And I remember at a time, I guess I'm remembering all these times because I'm starting to feel like I'm getting old. Like, yesterday, I turned 40. Woo! I gotta say, before everyone goes and starts trying to buy birthday shots and everything, please don't. No, like, because I have to admit, I don't really drink alcohol, because I've come to realize in my slightly older age that I have a bit of a drinking problem. Now, if you get that joke, you're the crowd I'm talking to tonight. Get where that's reaching. But I'm coming to this point now where I've been looking a lot at nostalgia, and like a lot of fucking nostalgia. Not nostalgia about fucking. I still have enough action that I have to be nostalgic about that. But I'm talking about fucking nostalgia, where it's like this sappy stuff. It's got just kind of sneaks up on you, and there's more sap in this nostalgia than more sap than a Canadian maple tree. Which kind of makes me think about going back to this time when I was 15 years old, and my sister was 11, and my family and we went up to Ontario, and we were hiking through the woods, and there was all these maple trees all around. Now my sister had just had her first boyfriend. Fucking nostalgia again. See, it just sneaks up on you. I don't mean to do it. It just starts coming out, and oh god, it's one of those things. Like, now that I'm 40, I'm starting to get really reflective. Because I think about how every time I get to a new decade, people tell me it's going to be the best decade ever. Like, we're going to do a little game right now. Storytelling is about give and response. So I'm gonna tell you what age I was turning. You're gonna say it's the best It's going to be the best decade ever. So when I turn 10,
it's the best decade ever.
Yay, puberty! Or I'm turning 20.
It's the best decade ever.
Yay, drugs and alcohol. Or I'm turning 30.
It's the best decade ever.
All right, rehabilitation. Or now I'm turning 40.
It's the best decade ever.
You fucking sons of bitch liar. No, I'm getting to this point where now, like, I'm really just starting to look at all these things in my life and trying to really figure out what I'm doing with my life. Like, have I lived up to any of my dreams? Am I rich and famous? Am I a movie star? No. I'm none of those things that I thought I was. Well, not that I thought I was going to be, but that I had these fantasies about. But I've been reflecting on that a lot, and I realized those were fantasies. They weren't dreams, because dreams kind of come from the unconscious. They come from something that when they hit you when they sleep, they're mixing reality and hopes. They're mixing thoughts, and they have some basis in reality. Fantasies are this completely other mystical idea that you just create on your own. Like a fantasy, no, I'm not going to be a rock star. No, I'm not going to be a billionaire. No, I'm not going to be trapped in a room with 14 sexually curious, horny college girls. These are fantasies. They're not really going to happen. But I started thinking about dreams. What did I actually want to be when I was growing up? And what am I doing now with my life? And I'm happy to say that I just had a change of position where actually on Monday I'm going to be starting a new position teaching where I'm actually going to be the drama director at the primary school where I work at. And okay, so we're not doing Shakespeare, but we might do like Winnie the Pooh, like Winnie the Pooh Shakespeare, like too honey or not too honey? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in Eeyore's mind to anyway. But so I've been thinking about these things, and I started thinking, well, you know, I'm not an international movie star, but I'm doing some sort of theater internationally. I'm here at this story slam. I'm doing some sort of story event, and I went back to thinking about this kind of triggered a memory in my mind of a conversation I had when I was just moving out of graduate school, finishing up my degree, and I went back to my hometown, and there was an older friend, Luann, and I saw her on the street, and we started talking, and she started telling me about how she was doing some work in Beijing. She was in China for a while teaching abroad. I thought, wow, that's amazing. Like, you go to this new country, you meet all these new people, you try all this new food, some of it you feel healthy with, some of it you feel really sick after, but you try all these new things. And then I remembered my friend Jeffrey, and again, an older friend, and about how he was the guy who always traveled abroad. He had been in Greenpeace and done all these things. I thought he was the one traveling the world, and how his stories would inspire me. And I started thinking about Rand and Lori, this couple that, again, older, but they had lived abroad a while. And I started hearing all these stories, and I started thinking, you know what? I'm that guy now. I'm that guy who has lived abroad, who has tried all sorts of food that was very interesting, and some of it was even good. And the guy who's met all sorts of different people from all sorts of different cultures. And I come to these events where I get to share my story with all of you, and I get to go home and I get to talk to more people. I get to have storytelling, and I get to inspire people with my stories. And I realized that that was my dream, because it was something I wanted to do, that was in my mind, that was feasible, something that I was able to make a reality. And that's why I'm so happy to be here with all of you tonight, because that is what all of us are doing. We are all sharing these stories. We're sharing our experiences. We're learning more about the world by cultures intertwining, mixing. We're starting new businesses. We're teaching new students. We're translating new ideas. We're doing all these things, putting it together, and we're sharing our stories. So again, we're doing a call and response right now. So I want to hear, we're here having a good time, right? Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
No. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
That's right. Can I get a fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah!
Why are we here? Storytelling. Why are we here?
Storytelling!
What? No. Why are we here?
Storytelling!
Why are we here?
Storytelling!
And that is why I fucking hate text. Oh, wait. That's kind of funny.